going on, YouTube? This video is for the Snoop Dogg commenting on the Eminem thing. I'm not going to play the video because every freaking YouTube channel did a video on this. I wasn't going to do it, even though I'm on every Eminem news. I haven't been as much lately. I used to make a video, but I'm just going to get straight into it. So Snoop Dogg said all those things, and it's Snoop Dogg's opinion. You have to, respect what he thinks and what he feels. But it was kind of like, he was giving us two different things. And, he was commenting on them and saying good things, but, gave a couple small jabs. And I feel like I kind of know what place this was coming from with Snoop. And there's no way to tell for sure. But you know what? Just hear me out, guys. So this is what I'm thinking, Snoop, all rappers have an ego. They all got an ego. We all do. I do. And I feel like, he feels like he's probably better than what everybody else thinks. And, it doesn't help with the whole what's going on with the black-white thing. I'm not saying that's drawing that from him. But just think. He just did the verses with DMX. Snoop Dogg did a good job. He was on there. You could tell he was feeling it. He was in his vibe, man. You could tell he was so confident with it. And Snoop did a good job. And I think, that fed into the ego a little bit. And I think with everybody in the industry, it's Eminem, Eminem, Eminem. That's just how we feel, guys. We all feel like that. He gets all the attention. And I think it was coming from a place of ego, him feeling good about himself and his catalog, and feeling like maybe he's disrespected a bit because nobody ever brings Snoop Dogg up on the top 10 rappers. And but it's all by opinion. And you know what, Snoop? I love Snoop. That's Uncle Snoop. But he hasn't done enough. He's got a classic album that's up there with the classics, all-time classics. He has that album. But he hasn't done it on the catalog. I don't know the music, all his music like that, because it hasn't drawn me in enough. He drew me in the beginning, in the days before. What Eminem has done, it has not been duplicated. Nobody has ever stayed on top of the game ever for this long, ever. Everybody eventually falls off, loses the passion, shit happens, tears it down. That's what happened with Eminem with the drugs and all that. So Eminem is really unmatched in a lot of ways, but it could be a generational thing, whatever. But we all know how I feel, and we know how everybody else feels. But I want to know if you guys agree with me. Do you think that's coming from the rapper Snoop's ego side? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want to give, he wants to give Eminem credit, but because he's white, he doesn't want to give him all the credit because, it's like, you know what I mean? Because we all know it's black. We all know the history of it. And, I just think with everything going on, he didn't want to give it that acknowledgement. But I think when he said that and did the little jabs that he did, I think that's coming from his ego and his rap side and him feeling like he's one of the best and he's never put on that list. And Eminem is always put on the list. And I feel like there's something in there because usually when you talk, the truth comes out or something comes out. Like you could be joking around and say something. Yeah, they're joking around, but there's something to it for him to say it and for it to come out. And I think Snoop had that little bit come out. And it's like he didn't want to give the white boy the greatest praise ever, even though in the past he's done nothing but that because they were a team. So, they had to bring themselves up, bring the team up. When Eminem comes up, that's a team. The team is up. But, you felt a little bit of selfishness and ego-ness with Snoop when he said that. Even though that's his list, he can put anybody he wants on it. But I feel that's why he used the words that he used in that interview. And I even think with Charlemagne and all that there, you know what I mean? Like Snoop was in his cockiness bag. He was feeling cocky about it. So maybe he felt more comfortable saying those couple things and having a little bit of aggression and energy behind what he was saying. So that's where I think it was coming from. I think it was coming from Snoop Dogg, the rapper's ego, and him feeling a little bit displaced about his ranking and where he's been ranked. And Eminem has been saying a lot of rapper names lately, and he hasn't said Snoop, but he does say Snoop in his rhymes. He pays respect. He just did it. Snoop double. That's 2 G's. He pays the respect to Snoop always. So I don't even think Eminem's real mad about that, tell you the truth. I don't even think that would bug him as much as I would love to hear something, because we all know nobody can hang with Eminem. We all know Snoop has no bars to hang with Eminem. I've never even heard a double entendre from Snoop's catalog. I'm sure he has some, but I've never heard any of that from him. I don't know his music enough, but hearing the songs I did, I've never heard the wordplay like that. Snoop's always had sway. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. It's like nursery rhymes, like a little bit simplified, but the way he says it, it sounds cool and has sway on it. Not everybody can do that, but Snoop can do that. Eminem can't do 1, 2, 3 to the 4. That's too basic for him. Eminem's got levels and layers and entendres. And, you know, I think if these people that say that, oh, I can't relate to Eminem, well, if you actually can relate to being a father, relate to being a drug addict, relate to being an underdog, then you can relate to the music. Are you telling me no black people are fathers, no black people are underdogs, no black people have a chip on their shoulder? You know what I mean? If you have all those things, then you can fucking relate to Eminem. I'm telling you. And those are all life things. And how do you think we all relate to him? Do you think we just relate to him because he's white? It's a little relation, but we relate to Eminem because of what he's talking about. We relate to his life situations, the drug addiction. How many drug addicts are out there that can relate to that? And I'm sure there's lots of black people. That's why it's ridiculous to hear that shit. And I think Snoop Dogg's words were not said properly. But I ain't hating on it because I know he thinks of him as a brother. I just didn't like the way he tugged on him a little bit and brought him down a little bit. You know, we could have used without that, because I'll tell you the truth right now, in this hip-hop shit, I could do without a Snoop Dogg's music. I can do without Snoop Dogg's music. Let's just keep it 100. Anyways, guys, that's how I'm going to end it. I'm Noble, and I'm out. That's my Eminem Snoop Dogg rant. I'm out of here. Eminem, he's the best in my books.